Hello everybody, this is Dr. Cole. It's Sunday afternoon, October 16th, and we're now entering week 9 of Political Science 3753 Constitutional Law for the fall 2022 term. Okay everybody, many may be seeing this message on Monday the 17th, which is the date we've set for Quiz 4. Quiz 4 will be up and available for you for 24 hours on Monday the 17th. Now there's one reading assignment for Quiz 4, and it's a lengthy article from the website vox.com by Ian Millhiser about Roe versus Wade, the Dobbs decision, and the constitutional law issues surrounding abortion in general. So it's a lengthy piece. It's the only thing assigned for this quiz. The author himself is pro-choice. That's really not all that material as far as I'm concerned. The main reason for assigning the piece is the extent of constitutional law and constitutional law issues that are discussed in this article. There are several cases mentioned in there, many, if not all of which, are mentioned in our class notes. Okay. There's some very apt discussion in that article about the doctrine of substantive due process and what might be alternatives to the doctrine of substantive due process, such as appealing to the specific equal protection clause of the 14th Amendment, as opposed to the substantive due process doctrine as a basis for making constitutional law about abortion and related matters. So you'll have 10 true-false items based on that article alone. It's a quite lengthy article, so we're not assigning anything else for this quiz. Be available to you for 24 hours tomorrow, or today, as you may be seeing this message, Monday the 17th. All right, after that, everybody, I know that many of my students are law enforcement or criminal justice majors. After the quiz tomorrow, Monday, we will be through with right to privacy, and we'll be moving on to some issues that are related to law enforcement and the criminal justice system. For this coming week, we have due process of law, and the following week, search and seizure. Now, once the quiz is completed on Monday, at some time Tuesday, look in your inbox, and I will be sending some material out for discussion 5 and quiz 5. And I believe both of these will be related to the criminal justice system. Okay. So I hope that will be something that will be of interest to my students. Now, for due process, the two sets of lecture notes we have this week, which I believe are 15 and 16. Some of the issues that are raised include racial discrimination in jury selection, which preoccupied the Supreme Court for some time and may preoccupy it again at some point. But there's been a number of precedents laid down, a series of decisions regarding that issue. Okay. There's the issue of indigent defense and right to counsel for those who cannot afford it. Gideon v. Wainwright is the main precedent there. There's the issue of the Miranda decision, Miranda versus Arizona, and the requirement to inform a suspect of his or her rights, especially when they are being interrogated in police custody at a police headquarters. Okay. Controversial at the time, and has been controversial on and off. But it's been incorporated into police procedure, I know, and many of you will be aware of that. But that's sort of a landmark decision in constitutional law involving due process of law. Then there's the issue of capital punishment. Does the 8th Amendment prohibition of cruel and unusual punishment, is that germane to capital punishment? Now, 2 decisions came down in the 1970s, the first of which appeared to have declared capital punishment unconstitutional. But then the matter was revisited 3 or 4 years later. In the meantime, many of the states had revised their procedures, and now the Supreme Court signed off on capital punishment and permitted capital sentences and executions to resume once again. So, quite a bit of food for thought there, quite a bit for us to chew on. So, due process this week, search and seizure next week. Okay, and watch for some material in your inbox once we complete the quiz on Monday for a quiz and a discussion, both of which I believe be related to law enforcement in the criminal justice system. So, We'll be talking to you a bit more about search and seizure a week from now at this time. In the meantime, look at that material on the syllabus for this week. Look at that material that will be coming to your inbox, and we'll talk to you once again a week from now at this time.